Hello, this is George Moore, owner of Moore's Sewing Center in Southern California. And yes, that's right, it's time for Virtual Sew Fun Club. Now I have to admit, it's been a couple months since I've done the Virtual Sew Fun Club, and you've had so many projects going on that I decided to bring in reinforcements. So I have here with me Michele. Michele, are you there? Hi, Michele. She's actually right over there. I can actually see you and hear you.
Yes.
It's not virtual. I mean, it is virtual, but you're here. Michele, for many of you who know, has been doing our face-to-face Sew Fun Club at the stores. I believe Huntington Beach and Brea, you've done that.
Correct, yes.
But also, as of recently, you've had a new project. What have you been doing, Michele?
Oh my gosh. I have been working on a video log, and it's called More Sewing with Michele, and it's every Monday at 10 o'clock. So you'll have to check me out if you haven't seen it already.
I have been watching, and I've learned a lot of things.
Have you?
I have, yeah. So, but I have the advantage of seeing the ones in the future. So
Yes.
I don't want to say what I saw already because it hasn't maybe hasn't aired. So make sure you join on Facebook at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Correct.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
So today she is helping me with Sew Fun Club, but I'm going to kind of pass the baton on to her. So she's going to be conducting Sew Fun Club every month. So that way, even though I have all kinds of projects going on, we know that someone's going to have Sew Fun Club for you. But it doesn't mean you're getting rid of me. Yeah, you know, I will be, believe me, I will be here. But we've already talked about what's going to happen next month here. So we're excited to do this here. And so let's go on to one of our most popular parts of Sew Fun Club. And that is show and tell. So show and tell. How do we do this virtually? Well, after we're done and after this posts, that's important. You can't do this until it posts. You just simply upload one of your own projects, whether it's one you've done in the past, one you're currently working on. It's okay to have unfinished projects. I think that inspires us, and you'll get comments on the different projects you're doing, but also your latest projects. And what happens from all the people that post this on Facebook, and if you see us on YouTube, you can email it to it. We have a potential prize for you to win. And so at the end of the month, we'll pick out from all those entries, and we're going to give away this special exclusive box from Floriani. This Floriani box, as you see here, has all kinds of thread. It has software, it has designs, it has stabilizer, it has tutorials. It has a retail value of $499. And so if you just simply post your project, you could be a winner. And it's okay to win, okay? I'm giving you approval to win. So go ahead and post that here. So now let's give it to Michele. She has her own show and tell to show you before you post yours.
Okay, so let me just say real quickly, I have so missed show and tell. Hands down, I know you guys have heard me say it if you've been at the stores when I've been conducting show and tell for Sew Fun Club, but it's my favorite thing. I guess I'm a kindergartner that never grew up. I love show and tell. I love to see what everyone's working on. Not only does it inspire me or give me options to, want to go outside my comfort box and do things that I haven't done before, but it's just so much fun. So I've got something to share with you today. And I made this quilt. It's pretty big. I'm going to show it. Hopefully they can get most of it. And it's big because my husband is so tall, and anytime we have a quilt on the bed or downstairs on the couches, he wants to make sure that he's covered from head to toe. But if you know me, you also know that I love scraps. So I had dug into my scrap bin, and I pulled out certain colors, and I just did this with the AccuQuilt, and it's with one die, if you can believe it or not. One die did the flying geese, and then I just added strips. So super easy, super fun, super functional. It gets rid of some of your stash that you have kind of put away, but it's fun. Super easy. Let me show it one more time. And it's made with the AccuQuilt. So who knew? Once again, it's with the AccuQuilt Flying Geese die. What do you think, George?
That's incredible, Michele. Thank you for showing that. And you said that that was made on the AccuQuilt cutting system. Well, maybe you can show us a little bit about that.
Let's do that.
All right. That's awesome. And by the way, as you remember, So Fun products are at a special buy, and they're limited to stock on hand. So you can click on the link below, and you can go to our website, and it has it all categorized, easy for you to see the items that we're going to be showing today. But don't miss out. Some of these items we're going to show you are limited to stock on hand, so you don't want to wait. Okay, so the very first item I'm going to show you is the new Baby Lock trim bin. And we called it the new and improved trim bin because in the past, Baby Lock, I don't believe, had the right way to catch all the scraps. And so there's now something that's available in 4 different colors. But let me show you how this works. Okay, so first of all, without a trim bin, okay? No magical act here. You basically sew and all your fabric falls here. Now, what if I'm working with black thread and fabric? Pretty soon I get all kinds of mess here. Now, what Baby Lock has had is a platform that you have to have all the way out here, and there's a little bag, and I have not liked it. Well, these are specially made in Germany, and they're made for the various Baby Lock models, and it simply just snaps on like so. And so you saw it without it, and you see it with, and all of my scraps go neatly into there, into this little container. Now, it's available in several different colors. You see here, this white, but we also have over here, we have teal, gold actually, I like the look of gold, the purple. It's available for all the different models. We have here the popular Victory, which is also the same as the Imagine and the Imagine 2, the Celebrate. We have them available for the Evolve, the Evolution, the Acclaim, the Triumph, of course. All these are available, and we have these in stock at a very special buy. So right now, while supplies last, these are regularly priced $49.99, and you can purchase it for $39.99. These are specifically made for the Baby Lock machines. And when you go to our website, you can put in what model you have and what color you have. And by the way, we are offering free shipping if you purchase something that is $49 or more. So there's a couple other items I'm going to show you that might want to add to this to get the free shipping. Or you can pick it up in the store locations. Now, I'm very excited to present the next item. Madeira is one of the largest manufacturers of embroidery thread worldwide. And they celebrated 100 years last year. And last year, they came out with these little, they're called crown anniversary sets. Each one of them 6 spools of thread. And we have Katona, which is their 30-weight cotton embroidery thread. The rayon, which is gorgeous, and we have it also in primary and variegated colors. And then the poly neon, which is polyester embroidery thread. But I said last year, the best time to buy something sometimes is when the anniversary's over and they offer closeouts. So I'll tell you about this very special price. But first, let's take a close-up of some of these thread sets. So right here, you have the rayon. Now, rayon is one of the most beautiful silky threads available. And these have the 4 primary colors. And then we also have the rayon in the variegated and the blend. Now, I want to show you this here. So the variegated and blend of the rayon, we'll zoom right in there. We did some stitch outs here. So these colors, the blend, would be great for like animals or for flowers, and then some of the variegated, and of course the primary colors. And then we have the poly neon and the variegated. So you see this right here. Let's zoom in on this. You can see the different colors. Here's the Katona. Katona, I would like that for applique or for animals or things like that for the embroidery. So the Katona is this right over here in the brown tones. But then one of my staff members had fun using a little bit of everything here because you're going to want all of them. When you hear the price, let's zoom in on some of the blended colors right here. Isn't that gorgeous? That's a mixture of 2 different colors. And so you can see the whole thing will come back a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful thread. And you can't have enough thread. So I mentioned they're at a special closeout because the anniversary's over. So what is that deal? This is normally $22.99, and it's on sale for $9.99 for each, for that 6 spools of each one. So you should buy one of each, because when you do the math of what you're paying for this embroidery thread, that's incredible. I wish I could buy more of these. So these will go quickly, and so make sure, get all 4 or get the one that you really want, but as soon as you buy it and want to go back again, they'll probably be gone. So you don't want to miss out on this incredible deal. Now we are going to have a presentation. Michelle's going to present the AccuQuilt Go Big. Now this is an electric cutter, and many of you have the hand crank cutters out there, and I always compare that to in the old days of making ice cream. You had the ones that are hand crank, and then you have the ones that are electric. Well, you all need, once you see this, you're all going to want this, and you got to wait to hear a very special offer we have at the end. So Michele, let's go ahead and have you present this.
Okay, so first off, this is a die cutting machine. Now, I fell in love with die cutting machines because you can make lots of cuts at the same time. So instead of, if you're making a quilt and you have to make 50 blocks, you can make several cuts at one time, and you're going to cut down that time that you're going to be spent on cutting. And no one, I think, has ever said, I love quilting because I like cutting fabric. It just doesn't happen. So we want to get to the things that we enjoy and get rid of the fatigue of actually cutting out things with your rotary cutter or with scissors. And that's where this Go Big is just the best thing out there. So this is the electronic one, as George stated, and basically you open it up and you get a large area here. It's pretty simple. It's got the on-off switch here, and you'll see that it comes on, and then you're going to have a die. Now this die comes with the Go Big, and that's pretty amazing because this one die, if you remember from show and tell, that's what I use to make my quilt. So this one die can create multiple things. Now, when you look at the die, there is a slight blade here in the foam. So if I push on it, it's not going to hurt me, but we want to protect that blade at all costs. So you want to make sure that you store it. I recommend that you store them vertically. Do not put anything on top of them where it's going to compress that blade. You want to protect it, like I said, at all costs. Now you'll also notice that the foam has 2 different colors. The reason that it has 2 different colors is so that you know where to place your fabric. So you're going to have less waste of fabric. You're going to cut where you want to cut. You can put multiple layers depending upon what type of fabric you're cutting. I've done up to 12 layers of quilt fabric at a time. Let me repeat that. I have cut for one block 12 layers at a time. The time that is saved as far as repetitive cutting, it's immeasurable. And that's why I love this system. So let me show you real quick. This whole die is going to give you the 2 pieces. Now, if you're familiar with a flying geese block, you know that you're going to take these small pieces. Let me grab some real quick to show you. Okay, so we have these 2 pieces here, and then these are the 2 side pieces. Now, AccuQuilt has thought about us as far as customers. They have cut off the dog ears. And what it means when you cut off dog ears is that it makes it easier to line up. So you're going to have better precision. So you're going to take this, line it up, and you'll see that it's already perfectly matched there. So then you can just sew your 1/4 inch away. So that's why it's important to see the colors of the foam where the die is. Because when you're laying your fabric, you're going to lay it out where you want things to be. So let me grab a contrasting fabric here, And once again, you can do multiple layers at a time. So you'll simply lay your fabrics over the areas that you need to cut. You're going to place the mat on. And the great thing about this Go Big is no fatigue on you. You simply line it up. The machine does the rest. Look, hands-free. It's taking that die through, pulling it through, and the only thing I'm doing is supporting it on the opposite side. So then you take your mat up, and just like that, look at this. Precision cuts, multiple layers at a time. Isn't that awesome? So you're going to save time, you're going to save fatigue on your own body as far as cutting, and you get to do multiple cuts at a time. So what I have done is I've taken a bunch of these, and since I'm a scrappy girl, I've got these just in here because I will literally lay through here, and I'll show you again by cutting one more time. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this.
Michelle, I have a question.
Sure.
Do you ever throw away any fabric?
I throw away, when it gets too small that there's no use for it, then I will throw it away. But I typically, I won't call myself a hoarder, but I have a little bit of fabric. So.
Good job.
Okay, so I'm going to lay 6 layers on here. I'm going to put my mat on, and once again, I'm not going to push this through. You just line it up. The machine takes it. Look, hands-free again. It's going to pull it through, but what I like to do is I will take all of these pieces and I like to make different types of quilts. So you can use them multiple ways. I have them on hand at all times. So sometimes as a quilter or an embroiderer, I have downtime and I don't have anything that I have really going at that point. And that's when I pull out these extra pieces. But I want to show you with that one flying geese quilt, all the things you can make with it. So it's not a one-trick pony here. So we have the simple flying geese here. And depending upon what way you line up those blocks, you get a completely different looking finished product. So we've got this one. It looks like the geese are kind of chasing each other in the sky. We have this one, which is just a very large pinwheel. Isn't that cool? And I just did some straight line stitching around it. We have this one that's kind of random. So it's still flying geese. Now on this one, some people might be going, nah, that's not flying geese, Michelle. But if you come really, really close and zoom in, you can see that all I did on one side was I used the same piece of the background fabric on the other side. So you can get totally creative with your flying geese. Now this one, once again, is just leftover pieces, but I grouped them by color and had them going different directions. So once again, flying geese, and this is the die that comes with this incredible machine here, the Go Big. Now, because I like my scraps, I've got a bigger quilt to show you. Let me get it laid out real quick. Now on this one, I use literally scraps all the way across. I use scraps on all areas except for the sachet. So you can see what you can do with that one die. Let me bring that back up here. This die here, the flying geese, it comes with the Go Big. It's an incredible deal, and you can do so much with it. Your limitation literally is only your own creativity here. Love this Go Big. Saves you fatigue. It's just the best thing.
Thanks, Michelle. Now, the Go Big, as you see, is incredible. But we have an incredible deal for So Fun Club. You see this everywhere for $599.99, everywhere. But for So Fun Club, while supplies last, if you go to the website, you'll see this price. But if you use this coupon, Go Big 100, you'll save $100. Plus, we're offering free shipping.
Oh my
but
gosh.
that's while supplies last. Michelle, would you like to get another one of these?
Yes.
Okay.
You need
So
a
use
backup.
use that coupon code.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's something. Now, if you go into the stores, you can go ahead and say that coupon, and they'll honor that as well. But online, click on the link right now, and you go and purchase that. But also, we've got a very special spring cleaning, okay? So what do you do with spring cleaning? You look at everything, at least in inventory-wise, and you decide to move things out so you get new stuff in. So what I did is I took complete inventory of all my stores, and I selected a selection of dies and blocks and storage, and if you click on the link, you'll see that selection, and they'll be at the regular prices unless you put in the coupon code SFC30, which is a 30% discount. Now, these are all inventoried on our website, so very quickly you'll see them sell out. So I'm going to have Michele kind of show just a selection of them, and maybe she was going to tell you some of her favorites. But Michele, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, no joke here. These Go cubes are the best. They have multiple dies in here, but they make 72 different quilt blocks. 72. You can get this, make, one block a week, and you're still going to be so creative as far as what you're going to put them through. So I don't know if we can get a close-up. Look at those blocks. They're detailed.
So I know just by themselves there's a value, but if you use that coupon code SFC, that stands for So Fun Club, by the way, SFC30, you'll get 30% off this while we have it in stock.
So, and this is our 9-inch block. So look at, you get 8 different blocks in here, as well as one of the cutting mats. It's a great deal. And once again, 72 blocks. So we also have our storage system. Now, different dies come in different sizes depending upon what you're using. So we have the 6-inch die storage system. We also have the 10 by 10. Great deal. They hold 4 dies, and that way you can keep them safe. Remember I said that I like to store my dies on their side. This keeps them safe, away from dust and away from problems. So, storage, as well as we have the companion sets. So you would take, this is the 8-inch block, and it's a companion set. And what this is 4 additional dies. The value in here is in the set, but you can do amazing things with these dies. So we have that one. We also have the angles. Let me show you real quick the angles. And I'm going to show you the angles. If we can get close there, look at what you can do with this angle block. So very cool, and once again, 4 additional dies in here. Let me show you some of the individual ones. I can't believe that we're closing out some of them because some of them are my favorites.
And I will say we're not closing out. I just found that they're in stock and we're lowering the inventory.
Very good. Okay, so first off, owl. Who doesn't like owls? So this is our little owl here. You can do it multiple different ways. He is simply adorable. So we have him. We have our overall Sam, which is Sunbonnet Sue's boyfriend in the quilt world. So we have him. One of my favorite dies that I love is the apple core. So this is a fun one, and because it's curved, it takes away some of the hard parts of sewing curves. You've got little notches to make it easier to line things up. AccuQuilt has thought about lots of different things to help us quilters get the job done faster and simpler. Look at this one, music. So if your son's in a band, if you're doing a quilt, if they're in a choir, or if you're doing a baby quilt and you're doing lullabies, this is very versatile. And then we have another flying geese die. So love my flying geese. And then we have another selection. Look at the pumpkins. So much you can do. You can get started on a creative pumpkin quilt now, and you'll be ready when fall time comes. So that's another fun one. Now, one of the things that I absolutely love about AccuQuilt is they have thought outside the box. some of these really difficult quilt blocks to make, they've made a die. And they have all the pieces here. You can see that this is our pineapple 10-inch block, but they have all the components to make that. Isn't that cool? So you don't have to do the math. You don't have to worry about knowing where to cut stuff. All you have to do is be able to take that fabric, put it on the die, push a button with our Go Big, and you're good to go. And I've got 2 more to show you. I can't cut corners because I'm so excited about this sale. So this is the Dresden plate. And this one, look it, we have 2 different types of the blades for our Dresden plates. So you have multiple usages as well as the center circles. Such a fun, traditional quilt block that AccuQuilt has gone out of the way to put together for us to make it fun, faster, and easier to get the fabric cut. And the last one, you know, my kids have recently flown the coop, but my husband and I still use our bowl cozies. Isn't that fun? A really large bowl cozy that you can use. Sometimes we use it for frozen food, but the best thing is if you're heating something up in the microwave, you can go ahead and make these, and it's got a pattern for it. It's totally cool. So bowl cozies and AccuQuilt, and it's one of the newer dies. So amazing, you don't want to miss out.
So as I was saying, that's just a selection of the dies. So Michele showed her favorite, but you want to hurry up because this is while supplies last. We can't do this on orders. So again, the coupon is SFC30 for the dies and the blocks and things like that. And then the coupon for the Go Big cutter is Go Big 100, and you save $100. And those will not be shown on the website. Only by seeing this, you'll be able to know to use those special ones, and they'll only work on that selection of dies there. So I want to thank you for joining us at So Fun Club. Real quickly, I want to tell you our number, 1-800-865-9664. And if you want to email me personally, it's moreso@AOL.com. And click on the link to make your purchases. But let's bring Michele back in here. Michele, thank you for joining us. We had a great time, and I know that you have some things planned for next month.
Yes, we've already got lots of things in the chute and ready to go so that we can be on top of things for next month. I can't wait to show you more. And don't forget, you don't want to pass up on this super special deal with the Go Big. And remember, lots of usages for the die that comes with the Go Big, the flying geese.
Thanks, Michele. And everybody, stay safe. Bye for now.